Hello fight fans, and welcome to another Squared Circle TV video. As the clock ticks down to July 29th, everyone has their opinion on how the best fight in boxing will go. Over the years, the welterweight division has given us some legendary nights that we will never forget. Hagler Hearns, Sugar Ray Duran, Sugar Ray Hearns, and the list goes on. They do say history repeats itself, and now, ERROL SPENCE Jr. versus Terence Bud Crawford will go head-to-head in what is tipped to be the best fight of the last decade. How will the fight go? Only time will tell. One thing is for certain, the whole of the boxing world and the boxing gods themselves will be tuning into this fight. ERROL, the Truth Spence Jr. is an American native boxer who was born in Long Island, New York, U.S. on March 3, 1990. After a good amateur career with a record of 135-12, he decided to turn pro at the age of 22. And what a stellar professional career it's been so far, as he is at the top of the food chain.
ERROL Spence Jr. 7th time he's knocked out his opponent in the first round.
Being a unified welterweight champion, holding all the belts but one, Spence has had some trouble outside of the ring, and it's known that he's not gotten into one, but two car crashes.
Crashed overnight as a Ferrari flipped on a Dallas street. In that car was ERROL Spence Jr.
There was speculation on whether he would be the same fighter after, but ERROL still proved to be the truth, as he retained his title beating a true warrior in Yorderis Ugas. ERROL was set to face the legendary Manny Pacquiao, but due to the crash he was unable to participate, so Ugas stepped up to the plate and shocked the world by defeating Pacquiao, hence why the Spence-Ugas fight was made. Ugas tried to put up a fight in the early rounds, but as Spence warmed up, he dragged him into deep waters, and by round 10, the ref stepped in as Ugas' eye was completely swollen, making the doctor call off the fight. Come to find out, Ugas' orbital bone was broken, and he was immediately rushed to the hospital. The fight really showed what Spence brings to the table. His relentlessness and the ability to break a man's spirit is nothing to be played with.
And an uppercut. Ugas is hurt. Ugas is hurt. Spence going on the attack. This would be the biggest win in the career of ERROL Spence.
ERROL Spence Jr. not only closed the eye of Yorderis Ugas, but closes the show with a clinical effort here tonight.
Spence, a two-fisted southpaw, is known for his methodical, grind-him-down approach in the ring. He works behind a sharp, solid jab, breaks his opponents down by targeting the body, and maintains a high defensive guard. His hooks, uppercuts, and body work in general are widely considered to be the best in the world. Overall, you can argue Spence is the perfect punch boxer, combined with elements of a swarmer. This style clashes brilliantly with the best pure boxer in the game in Terence Bud Crawford.
And he's down in the 10th round.
Work rate. Spence's work rate can be deadly. Once he gets going, he is literally like a machine that cannot be stopped, pressing forward. He throws the most punches in the welterweight division, and most fighters can't stand the heat he puts on. Power. Spence hasn't really displayed one-punch knockout power, but he's displayed a different type of power. Breaking his opponents down, going to the body, setting them up for the finish in the later rounds. Spence Jr. has a 79%, which speaks for itself. Adaptation. Spence usually gets his way with his opponents, so he fights whatever style is comfortable to him. Some may say he can only fight one way, which will be a massive weakness against Crawford, as he shows a variety of skills to get the job done. Concentration. On rare occasions, ERROL has been seen to lose his concentration in the ring. For example, in his last fight against Ugas, when his gum shield fell out, he went looking for it and completely forgot he was in a fight, and proceeded to get hurt because of this. He must stay completely focused with the skill set that Bud brings to the ring. Terence Bud Crawford, born over 1,000 miles away from his now top rival in the city of Omaha, made his professional boxing debut at the age of 20. Crawford, nearly 15 years into his professional career now, has done a lot in the sport of boxing already, being a 3-weight world champion, and being an undisputed champion. This is nothing new to the 35-year-old, as he achieved this in the 140-pound division. But Bud continues to chase greatness further as he looks to be the first man to achieve the status of undisputed in 2 different weight classes.
I told them, they don't know how strong I am.
Some of Crawford's best fights and notable victories include wins over Julius Sindogo, Kelly Brooks, Jeff Horn, Ricky Burns, Yuriokis Gamboa, and Amir Khan. Although his resume is slightly weaker than his counterpart Spence, Terence never fails to put on a show, as he has more knockouts than Spence has fights. His record stands at 39-0, with 30 of those bouts ending by stoppage. His last fight came against a top 10 opponent in the welterweight division named David Avanesian. Terence took his time in the early rounds, which is understandable as he was on a year's layoff. But once he got his feet wet and warmed up, he began to let his hands go, making it more and more evident that he was levels above Avanesian. Bud landed some vicious uppercuts before adding a hook at the end, which left his opponent stretched out on the canvas and out for the count on the 6th round.
Taking it off the gears.
As mentioned above, Crawford has a complete boxing style where he adapts to what type of boxing style his opponent has. Due to this, Crawford's boxing IQ is exceptional, and we have seen him box by using a range of tactics and techniques. This includes applying pressure, counterpunching, defense maneuverability, infighting, and power shots with tremendous finishing ability. One of the most difficult aspects his competition finds in the ring is his ability to switch from southpaw to orthodox, and vice versa, as he is able to box comfortably from both stances. However, he is more often than not boxing from the southpaw position, as most of the orthodox fighters he has faced to date have struggled with Crawford opening in this stance. Crawford primarily fights out of a southpaw stance, and will tend to use this against most of the opponents he comes up against, as mentioned above. When up against orthodox fighters, he will tend to fight in a southpaw stance, but will still switch mid-round, or even for a full round, depending on how his opponent is coming at him. His relaxed movement in this stance often sees orthodox fighters overcommit and get hit by left-hand powerful counters. This will be interesting, as Spence is also a lefty, so he will be able to fight out of the orthodox stance to try and throw him off. Bud's footwork is undoubtedly a big part of his defensive game, and also gets overlooked. However, this is part of his overall boxing IQ. He will often shuffle back in straight lines, use pivots left or right, especially when he is on the back foot. By using his feet as his main defense, he is very elusive and hard to hit for anyone that has faced him. Terence has shown himself to have limited weaknesses over the many years he's been in the sport of boxing, but when it comes to this fight, he has one weakness he simply can't control, which is his size. ERROL is a huge 147-pounder. He's been at that weight his whole career, and his body is screaming for him to move up. ERROL tends to enjoy taking the role of the bully in the squared circle, and because Bud is significantly smaller than him, this will play out to his disadvantage. Well, fight fans, the fight of the decade will soon be among us. The boxing gods continue to answer our prayers, as the year of 2023 seems to be a statement year in the world of boxing. Some say the fight should have been made years ago, but let's just be thankful that we can witness the greatness on July 29th, as 2 prime top 5 pound-for-pound boxers go head-to-head. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys have really helped this channel grow, and we're thankful that you've helped this channel get into the views of many other boxing lovers. That's all, folks. See you on the next one.